Hello everybody, welcome to my new video. And this video is about IELTS reading. Now, if you're somebody who's struggling with IELTS reading and you don't know what to do and you're really struggling with it, then this video is for you. Because I did my IELTS again because obviously, as most of you would know, that IELTS is only valid for 2 years. So mine got expired and it wasn't valid anymore. So I had to do the IELTS reading again, IELTS test again, sorry, and I got a perfect band 9. So I thought that many of the people do struggle with this thing and I should make a video on that. So I'm going to talk about 4 tips that I utilize whenever I do my IELTS exam. And this time I scored a band 9. Last time it was a band 8.5 in reading, but this time I got the perfect band 9. So I'm going to share 4 tips that really work because I've put them into practice and they work. Okay, so if you want to learn those 4 tips, stay tuned and watch this video till this end. Okay, so let's start. So the very first tip I've got for you people is time management. Now, why I've put this as tip number 1 is because obviously, as I always say, time management is crucial for success in IELTS. However, there's something different that I do when I do my IELTS exam. And when I did my IELTS exam and got a band 9 in IELTS Academic Reading, I did something different. So I thought that I should share that with you. Now, when you go for your IELTS reading on your test paper, it usually tells you that you have to spend 20 minutes on each of the 3 passages. So most of you, or those of you who are doing the IELTS academic paper, they will know that there are 3 passages and you are instructed to spend 20 minutes on each of the 3 passages. So you have 1 hour to actually do 3 passages, reading passages. But I don't follow that, okay? And there is a reason for that. And I think that that is one of the tips, and one of the very reasons that I get a band 9 and I managed to finish everything and I managed to get them right is because my strategy is that I don't actually split the time equally. So I don't spend 20 minutes on passage 1, passage 2, and then passage 3. What I do is I try to do passage 1 and passage 2 as quickly as I can manage in the IELTS exam, and then I try to save as much as time as possible that I can for doing the passage 3. Now, the reason I do that is because passage 3, guys, I have to tell you that it is the most difficult. So out of the 3 passages that you get in IELTS Academic, passage 3 is the most difficult, and it does require more effort and more time. So I try to allocate more time to passage 3 in IELTS reading because it is the most difficult and it has really helped me. So I don't have to panic, and I know that I would have the time to actually try to find the correct answers for the passage 3. So this is my tip number 1 for you. So try to allocate more time for passage 3 in your IELTS academic reading and try to do your passage 1 and passage 2 as quickly as possible. Okay, so that was tip number 1 that I normally utilize, and this is what I did when I got the band 9. Okay. Now, tip number 2 is extremely important. It is extremely essential if you want to do well in your IELTS exam. Okay, and now I know there is a lot of material on the web. Okay, there are a lot of websites, there are a lot of books out there, and there is plenty of material out there. But the one thing that you must do when you are actually preparing for IELTS exam and you want to do well, if you want to score a band 7 or above in IELTS reading, is to use official material only. And when I talk about official material, I am referring to the books, the authentic exam papers that are published by the Cambridge University Press. And there are almost 14 books now. So these books include actually 4 authentic papers that are published by the Cambridge University Press, and you can actually use them and you can actually practice with them. Now you can say, like, it's all about practicing. Why does it matter that I actually practice from this source only? Is because these are the real authentic material. Everything else that you find in the internet and all these other things, the papers that you find, I don't think so they're the official ones, okay? So the Cambridge books are the only official material that is published by the very examiners who actually set the exam paper, that set the IELTS exam. So you want to make sure that you only practice from the official material, okay? Because it will tell you the difficulty that you're going to encounter in your real exam on your exam day. So you want to practice with that level of difficulty so that when you go into your real exam, you don't have to panic because it's not something very unfamiliar, okay? And the latest book that is out, that has been published by the Cambridge University Press, is book number 14, IELTS Academic. And I practice using the latest one, and I encourage you to use the latest one. You can obviously practice the all 14 books if you want. The more you practice, the better it is, of course, for your IELTS exam, and the more you are working towards getting a band 9 or a band 7 or above if you're targeting that. And what I will do is I will leave the link in the description box below the video, okay? And you can purchase, I purchased it from Amazon, so I'm gonna leave a link from the Amazon that you can buy. You can easily, you don't have to go anywhere. You obviously can very easily buy it from Amazon, and they will deliver it to your home address, okay? And so it's really easy. So get the official book, okay? And I would say practice from book 14 backwards, okay? So try the latest ones and you don't have to worry because I will be leaving a link, an Amazon link for buying this book, okay? And remember, these are the official material that is published by the very examiners that actually check your IELTS paper, okay? So it's very important that you use official material rather than using all these material that is on the web, okay? All right, so that was tip number 2, to use the official material only first, so you can get an idea of the real difficulty level, okay? And tip number 3 is the most important, guys. If you want to do well in your IELTS reading, okay? And the very reason, maybe I should have made this tip number 1, to be honest, but I don't know why I made it tip number 3, but it's the most crucial one that I think. This is not a one-day thing. It's not a one-week thing. You have to work hard. If you want to do well, if you want to get a band 7 or above, and how I got a band 9, if you ask me very honestly, is that I read every day. And when I say every day, I mean literally every day. So I used to spend almost an hour, okay? At least an hour every day was dedicated, was this time slot, 1 hour was blocked for this thing that I have to read, okay? And the best way you can improve your IELTS reading score is obviously by reading, okay? And you have to do 3 things, okay? Now you can read anything. To be honest, if it can be a favorite novel, it can be a favorite book, but I would encourage you to read. I would advise you read non-fiction, okay? Because the kind of topics that you get, you know, they are from articles. There are some scientific articles. There is some all the stuff is actually non-fiction that you actually, the reading passages that you get in IELTS Academic, the 3 reading passages are non-fiction. So it's better to actually read non-fiction. There is no harm in reading fictional books as well, but you will benefit more for your IELTS reading if you actually read the non-fictional ones, okay? And what you have to do, okay, when you read, you don't have to just read it passively. So just taking out a journal, you can read it online. There is this very good newspaper, English newspaper, The Guardian, that you can read. You can read any English newspaper, it doesn't matter, as long as you're reading every day and you have allocated a set time. That is the most important, okay? So what you do is, when you're reading, okay, let's say you went online and you open the Guardian newspaper. I use the Guardian newspaper. It's one of the best I can say, and that's what I would recommend, okay? So it's one of the English newspapers, okay? UK newspaper that you can find online, and it's free, so you can obviously, it's nothing, you don't have to pay for it. That's the good thing about it. So what you have to do, these are the 3 things that you can see on the screen. I have actually written them in red, okay, because this is something important. You have to develop these 3 skills, or you have to do these 3 things if you want to actually get a band 9 or get at least a band 7 or above. Okay, I am talking how I got a band 9 in IELTS reading, so that's what I'm telling you. This is a speed reading. This is something really important, and that will come with practice. The more you read, the more you practice, the easier it would be for you to actually read at a speed. Okay, so you don't have to read very slowly. Okay, because remember, we have time. Time is the problem. Okay, there comes time management as well. So you want to read as fast as possible. So how can you read as fast as possible? Okay, what you can do is skimming. Okay, so skimming is actually not reading everything, but trying to find the answers for the questions. That's the whole purpose. That's what you're trying to do in the IELTS reading exam. Okay, so you look at the keywords in the question and you try to find those keywords in the passages, because wherever you find those keywords in the passages, that's where your answer would be most probably. Okay, so, and you don't have to understand everything, okay? So try to just find the keywords, try to skim through, have a glance through quickly through everything, okay? And try to look at the keywords in the question and then try to find those keywords in the reading passages, and that's where the question and the answer for that particular question would most probably lie. So this is the way you can save time, and that's what I did. I didn't sit there like, trying to understand each and every word, trying to understand the whole passage. No, you don't have to, okay? And the third thing that you have to do is, if you want to get a band 7 or above, and how I got a band 9 in IELTS reading, academic reading, is by vocabulary building. So I told you that you have to read every day. This is the most essential thing that you have to do. It's critical if you want to get. I don't know how to stress it more, but it's extremely important. So what you have to do is you have to build your vocabulary every day. Okay, so when you're reading, let's say if you're reading The Guardian, if you're reading any other English newspaper, let's say online. So if you're reading and you're going to read every day, at least for an hour, so you're going to make a notebook, okay, or you can even do it on your phone. So I have an app which is like where I take notes on my mobile phone. So that's what I do. So while I'm reading, I just any word that I come across that is new to me, that is unfamiliar to me, or that even if I know and I'm not very sure of the meaning, I I put in the work. I actually go online, okay, and I Google it, I check for its meaning, and I try to use the Cambridge online dictionary. Okay, that is one of the best, and I recommend you to use that. Okay, so by then, even if you do it for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, even a month before your exam, you'll have a lot of words that will not only help you in reading. So next time you encounter the word, you find that word in your reading passages, you won't panic because you would obviously know what's the meaning. Okay, so that's how you have to build the vocabulary. Okay, and you have to actually make a notebook which has got all the new words. You can even look at the sentences, how to use those words, because that will help not in reading but also in writing as well. Okay, so this is something that I did, and I literally made almost 1,000, 2,000 words. Okay, because I was used to read. Even if you can't give an hour, which seems to be a bit more, so then you can give at least 30 minutes. Allocate at least 30 minutes of reading and jotting down any words that you're unfamiliar with. Okay, so these are the three things. If you try to develop your skill of speed reading, reading as quickly as possible, if you're trying to skim by looking at the keywords rather than reading each and everything, and also if you're vocabulary building, okay, so if you're finding any new words and you're writing it in your notebook um, every day, and then you're revising those, okay, and you will be familiar with, you'll have, your vocabulary will improve, okay, you will have a lot of words that you are familiar with, and that will make the IELTS reading much easier for you. And that's what I did, and that's exactly how I got up at 9. Okay, so if you improve your reading techniques, the ones that I've just highlighted in red, and if you improve your vocabulary every day, okay, like how I did, at least 2,000 words. I think by now I have 2,000 words. So it is extremely important. And so the better your score on the reading section of the IELTS is, and that's exactly how, these are the things, these are the 3 tips, okay? So I try to allocate more time. So let me give you a summary of what I'm telling you. So Tip number 1 is allocate more time to passage 3. Okay, and try to do passage 1 and 2, which are relatively easier, as quickly as possible. Okay, number 2, practice a lot, but practice only from the official material, which is the Cambridge books published. Okay, and I am putting a link, okay, in the description box below, so you can easily buy online. All right, and number 3 is read every day. Okay, read every day, develop your vocabulary, develop your skills of reading as quickly as possible. Get into the habit of skimming through the passages by looking at the keywords and from the questions and finding them in the reading passages to find your answers as quickly as possible. And then building your vocabulary, learning new words by reading every day, at least for an hour or half an hour if you can't make it for an hour. Okay, so it's extremely important. So these were the 3 tips that I used, and they are the tips that actually work because I have used them. I got a band 9 in IELTS reading, okay, at this time when I did my IELTS again, because my previous one, it wasn't valid anymore. 2 years, it's only valid for 2 years, as you most of you would know. All right, so if you found my video helpful, okay, if you found those tips helpful, okay, please hit the like button, okay. And if you are somebody new who is watching my video for the first time and you are preparing for IELTS, let me tell you that my channel has got a lot of videos on different aspects, on all the four of the different aspects of IELTS. So please press the subscribe button. It helps me, it motivates me to make more useful videos for you people so that you can actually benefit from these videos and get a good IELTS score as soon as possible, and just do whatever you need to do and whatever the purpose is for IELTS score, okay? So please press the subscribe button, okay? And what will happen when you press the subscribe button, and you have to press the bell icon as well, okay? So that you will be notified of any new videos that I post regarding IELTS, okay? And if you have any questions regarding this video or any other videos that I have posted on my channel, or if you have any comments, okay, please leave it down in the comment section below. And if you have any questions, I will try my best to answer them to the best of my ability, okay? And please, as I always say, sharing is caring. So please share this video, share the link of this video with anyone who you know is preparing, maybe your friend, maybe your cousin, somebody, whoever is preparing. Maybe they'll find these steps useful, okay? Maybe they'll be able to improve them, because these tips actually work. As I told them, that's what I used, and that's how I got a band 9. Okay, I know it's a lot of hard work by reading every day and preparing vocabulary and everything, but trust me, guys, there is no substitute for hard work, okay? You have to put in the work. And for IELTS reading, it was not a joke that I got a band 9. I did put the hard work in, okay? All right, so it is extremely important that you share these videos if you know anybody who's preparing for IELTS or struggling with IELTS, okay? And also, as I've already mentioned, that it's extremely important that you practice from the official material. So I will be leaving a link in the description box below for the Cambridge book number 14, which is the latest one, okay? And you can practice from these past papers, these authentic official past papers, okay? And you can buy them online from Amazon. I will be leaving a link in the description box below, okay? So thank you so much for watching this video, okay? I hope you found this useful, okay? And if you have any comments and questions, please leave them in the section below. All right, and please do let me know if you want to see any other particular aspect of the IELTS that you want me to make a video on, okay? And I will try and do that, okay? So thank you so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, okay, so that you're notified of any new videos. And all the very best for your IELTS exam, okay? And I hope that you do well and you get your score as soon as possible. So thank you so much.